Hi there. Real quick before we jump into the episode. If you enjoy this episode, or any of the other episodes, be sure to give us a follow or subscribe. It would also be great if you shared it with a friend, or better yet, left a review so others can know how awesome it is. Thanks so much. And now, the episode.
Hey there, Press Starters, and welcome to the Press Start Leadership Podcast, the podcast about game-changing leadership, teaching you how to get the most out of your product and development team and become the leader you were meant to be. Leadership coaching and training for the international game industry professional. Now, let me introduce you to your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Christopher Mifsud.
Hey there, Press Starters, and welcome back to another awesome edition of the Press Start Leadership Podcast. On this week's episode, we're discussing what to do when things aren't okay. When things aren't okay, what to do when an employee has personal issues. In my recent post, 5 important reasons leaders need to be likable, I discussed how important it is to get somewhat personal and share common parts of our lives with our employees. I always suggest that you start your one-on-ones by asking how your employees are doing. Oftentimes the response is, okay, or I'm great. But what if it isn't? Sometimes work requires us to talk about more than just work and hobbies, because our lives are more than work and hobbies. Sometimes life is sickness, loss, and disappointment. Sometimes your employees have been involved in an accident, has a sick family member, or faces financial troubles. And sometimes things just aren't okay. Leading is easy when it's easy, but it's a lot harder when life gets rough. So what do you do when your employee is struggling? You can't always solve their problems, and most of the time you can't. But you can always be empathetic. Hear your employees out and do your best to connect with them. Ask how you can help, be supportive, and give them time off if needed. The pandemic has shown us just how hard things can get. You and the people you work with have likely lost a sense of stability, time you can't get back, and even people you love. As leaders, we need to acknowledge that we're human and shouldn't keep on grinding through tragedy for work's sake. Encourage your employees to take time off to heal and to take personal days when needed. They may also need to hear again that they won't lose their job if they take paid time off. When people are going through hard times, they won't be in the best of mood or the most productive, so it's best to let them take the time they need. In addition to offering time off, you can also talk to your HR department. Sometimes they can help financially by making a donation in the company's name, or offer mental health benefits. If warranted, you can also review their pay if money is an issue. There's a lot you could do to help, but know your limits. You're not a therapist, so use healthy boundaries and direct them to the resources that exist. Follow up with your employees after a leave to make sure they're doing better. After a difficult conversation, ask how they're doing before diving back into work mode. Has their injury healed? Is their family member feeling better? Did their raise bring them some relief? For serious matters like this, have their conversation face to face if possible. I like to check in on the morning walkarounds. If you're unable to meet in person, Skype is a good alternative, or even a messenger chat. I avoid emails for this because many people feel uncomfortable having their personal details written in a form that's monitored by the company. The best leaders have a high EQ. The worst leaders are only concerned about when you're coming back or how much money they're losing when you're gone. You'll get a lot further with kindness, as it shows you care and brings a personal touch to your leadership. People who feel cared about are happier and more productive. They also care more about what they do, which helps everyone in the long run. Want to learn more about leading? Join my Lead Like a Hero Leadership Mastermind, or sign up for my email newsletter and get my free ebook, 5 Heroic Leadership Skills. That's this week's episode of Press Start Leadership Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, thanks for being awesome. Give us a follow, a like, a share, and even a review if you feel like it. We'd really appreciate it. Cheers. If you haven't downloaded my free ebook, 5 Heroic Leadership Skills, click on the link in the description. Tune in next week for your next episode of Press Start Leadership Podcast. Thank you. Oh, hi there. The episode's over, but thanks for sticking around till the end. If you're on the quest to elevate your team's leadership, production, or game design capabilities, I'm here to assist. Leveraging extensive experience and a strategic approach, I offer personalized audits, bespoke workshops, and leadership retreat facilitation to drive your team toward excellence. My commitment is to provide efficient, reliable, and proven support, ensuring you have the tools and insights needed to thrive. Ready to unlock your team's full potential and achieve unparalleled success? Don't hesitate to press start on your journey to transformation today. Feel free to reach out directly to discuss how we can tailor a solution to meet your unique needs and goals. Let's connect and take your team's performance to the next level.